The financial world is poised to undergo the largest monetary revolution since the demise of the gold standard itself, so forget everything you know about cryptocurrencies. The Brics countries, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are secretly getting ready to introduce a digital currency backed by gold that has the potential to fundamentally alter the world financial system. Even more startling, according to leaked claims, this system will be powered by the XRP ledger. Yes, the next global reserve currency may soon be founded on the same technology that Ripple developed for cross-border payments. Let's begin with the story that isn't covered by the mainstream media. The BRICS countries have been moving more quickly in the last year to challenge the supremacy of the US dollar. They have publicly talked of establishing a common currency to settle global trade, particularly in commodities, energy, and precious metals. However, the rhetoric has altered recently. The topic of discussion has shifted from a common currency to one that is backed by gold. This implies that each digital unit would be linked to actual tangible gold, blockchain-powered sound money return, and the XRP ledger is the ideal tool for that task because of its unparalleled transaction speed and liquidity. This is when the interesting part begins. While discreetly building contacts with central banks worldwide, Ripple has been working on its central bank digital currency platform for years. Brics includes some of those central banks, such as those of South Africa, Brazil, and India. Is it a coincidence? Perhaps not. Indeed, a number of unidentified countries are presently testing CBDCs on a private version of the XRP ledger, as Ripple has openly acknowledged. Brics is allegedly constructing regulated gold-backed systems, which are precisely what these private ledgers are made for. However, a recent statement made by a Russian financial official during the BRICS conference was what truly rocked the community. According to him, our new settlement currency would be backed by actual assets and make use of the best cross-border clearing technology available. Now, that single sentence sparked rumors all around the world. Which technology is most suited for cross-border clearing? There is just one appropriate response: XRP. No other blockchain can precisely manage near-zero fees, compliance integration, and institutional-level throughput. Not to mention that China has been trying its own digital currency, India has been implementing its unified payments interface globally, and Russia has previously been barred from the SWIFT network. These countries have every motivation to establish a settlement layer apart from the West, and the impartial, decentralized, and borderless nature of XRP's ledger provides them with the ideal framework to do so. Now, picture this. BRICS currency tokenized on the XRP ledger and backed by gold. A certain quantity of actual gold kept in national vaults is represented by each token. The transaction rapidly clears on the XRP ledger when two nations trade, for example, when China purchases oil from Russia. XRP serves as the bridge liquidity between the two assets. The transaction, which is backed by gold and permanently documented on the blockchain, is completed in a matter of seconds. No middlemen, no quick delays, no dependence on the US currency. It's a revolution in money. This goes beyond theory. According to reports from specialized financial newspapers and insider Telegram groups, the system's testing phase has already started. Tokenized reserves and interledger settlement channels are mentioned in a document purportedly from a BRICS financial working group that is making the rounds online. It should sound familiar if that word does. The wording used in Ripple's own white paper, which describes interoperability layers and cross-border payment corridors, is nearly the same. It is impossible to overlook the overlap. What does this signify for the price of XRP then? Let's calculate. The BRICS countries have a combined GDP of almost $30 trillion, and their trade volume is expanding at a never-before-seen pace. The necessary token value would have to increase dramatically to manage that throughput if even 10% of that trade activity were to pass via the XRP ledger, settled, and use XRP as bridge liquidity. This scenario has been modeled by analysts who have reached a cautious estimate: about $5,000 for each XRP. That may sound crazy right now, but it's actually a reasonable estimate in a world where digital settlements and tokenization are used to settle trillions of dollars worth of commerce. The thing is, gold transforms everything. You eliminate volatility when you tie digital money to gold. Central banks, sovereign wealth funds, and institutions are drawn to this steadiness. XRP's worth will move beyond speculation if it serves as the cornerstone of a network backed by gold. It will be structural. In a way, every ounce of gold traveling across borders would travel on XRP rails. That's sound economics, not hype. Let's link one more forgotten detail now. Many central banks, especially those in Asia and the Middle East, have significantly increased their gold reserves over the last 6 months. Physical gold imports into China have increased dramatically. Large-scale bullion stockpiling has resumed in Russia. India has increased its sovereign gold purchases as well. Why now, one could ask. You would want to be well stocked before to the reset if you knew that a new global monetary system that was directly related to gold was about to be introduced. Meanwhile, this timing is precisely aligned with Ripple's global expansion. Their recent alliances in Brazil, Singapore, and Dubai are not coincidental. These are important financial centers that connect the East and West. Additionally, Ripple has subtly joined the Digital Pound Foundation, the group for the digital euro, and is currently negotiating interoperability agreements with several central banks. The same structure that would make it possible for a Brics coin backed by gold to communicate with Western CBDCs without any problems. Given the pressures of de-dollarization, inflation, and growing debt in the US, the timing couldn't be more ideal. The United States-born technology XRP, which ironically suffered lengthy regulatory challenges at home, may wind up being the very vehicle that enables that transformation abroad as the BRICS coalition builds a parallel economy that is not dominated by Wall Street or Washington. Imagine that the foundation of the new international order is the system that America attempted to repress. The kicker is this is about control, not just about cryptocurrency. The BRICS countries are aware that the balance of power in the world is controlled by whoever controls the settlement infrastructure. They rebuild trust by using gold to support their system. They guarantee speed, transparency, and neutrality by constructing it on XRP. With that combination, scores of growing nations weary of relying on the dollar would find their digital currency alluring. We're discussing a potential economic partnership that may grow to include Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Indonesia, and other countries, each of which would contribute billions to the ledger's trading volume. And don't think that this will happen for years. Blockchain-based cross-border settlement pilot projects are currently underway, according to the BRICS New Development Bank. According to Ripple, there are many sovereign implementations in progress, and a full-scale rollout is anticipated in early 2026. That leaves just a few months before institutional control over the supply of XRP becomes absolute for ordinary investors. This is where it gets urgent. The market will respond immediately to Brics' official announcement of this gold-backed structure. The price of XRP will spike rather than increase gradually. Liquidity will be absorbed by institutional buyers within a few hours. Access to retail will become more restricted. Trading may be halted by exchanges while revaluations are underway. This tendency has already been observed in significant currency resets. This time it will occur online and more quickly than anyone anticipated. So ask yourself, what does it mean for you if the biggest emerging economies in the world opt to use gold as the foundation for their financial future and XRP as the settlement layer? What does that signify for your financial independence, your portfolio, and the global economy over the next 10 years? Everything is pointing to the same conclusion. A new standard is emerging, the dollar's century-long dominance is ending, the digital gold era is about to begin, and central banks are stacking gold. Ripple is constructing global bridges. Brics are openly discussing settlement technology. And real asset backing. And when that occurs, XRP will serve as the digital backbone of the global financial system, not just a cryptocurrency. If this is occurring is not the question. Whether you'll notice it before the rest of the world does is the question. Because when the BRICS countries formally announce their decision, it will become history rather than just a headline. This is a geopolitical plan, not a rumor, and to be honest, the moment to grasp it is now, before the announcement pushes everything into overdrive. Disclaimer. Please keep in mind that I do not hold a financial advisor license. These videos only contain content that is meant to be entertaining. Before making any financial decisions, I always advise viewers to do their own research and speak with experts. Many thanks for listening. Please remember to hit the subscribe button and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. To be the first to know, be sure to enable the notifications as well. I can't wait to see you in the next video when I provide new material. Be careful.